Welcome back to the All Ball Pod. Today we have a very special title deciding video coming straight to you. But first, make sure you guys subscribe.
Indeed.
Click the notification bell. Sir. Get in the comments. Tell your friends that All Ball Pod is the newest YouTube channel to check out.
Indeed.
Let's get right into it.
Let's
Arsenal
go.
versus Manchester City at the Etihad. Sammy, as a Manchester City supporter, I want your honest reactions. First, honest reactions of the game.
All right, honest reactions. My honest reaction is that Arsenal are not entertainers of this league. They're not entertainers of this league. If Arsenal are gonna be the front runners of the Premier League, then the sport is clearly falling off, because you cannot come to a title deciding match and have 11 players in the box for 80 plus minutes. It's ridiculous. That's number one. That's my initial thoughts.
Okay.
Obviously, I understand why Arteta played like that. Put his team out like that. I understand it. Yes, like if you get a point at the Etihad, it's a good result. For any team, it's a good result, especially for Arsenal, who are already the best goal differential in the league, already ahead of City in the table. So I understand it, but come on. Like, Klopp would never do that. Pep would never do that. Pep and Klopp would never go, even if it's an away game, at Anfield, at the Etihad, whatever it is, they're never going to go to a title-deciding match and put 11 players behind the ball. They're not doing that. Those guys are entertainers. Arteta obviously has different priorities. He wants to, win. I get it, but win with some style. That's my initial thoughts.
Interesting.
And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Mad frustrating. Yeah,
it sounds like it.
Yeah.
I would say first half for sure, Arteta had a definite game plan, hunkered down first 45 minutes, try to incur the damage. Second half, it was a bit different, though. You could see them pressing up the field a lot more. They looked like they were trying to score a little bit. Definitely, they had their chances for sure, their counterattacking chances. We even saw attacking substitutes coming in for Arteta. So I agree with the first half being like, yeah, this is definitely...
Even the second half?
Prime Simeone, prime Allegri ball from Arteta, but... For second half, it opened up a bit. You got to admit that.
But second half, I understand they were trying to be a little bit more brave on the counter, but when we had the ball, it was 11 men behind the box. Nobody was staying wide, staying high to try to, get quick transitions in. That's not what regardless, the whole second half, it was the same style of defending. You know what I'm saying? So,
but they held you guys drawless.
They did.
Scoreless.
Yeah.
Since I think it was 2021. Since 2021 was the last time that happened.
Yeah. True stat.
At home,
it's mad. It's obviously a weird stat, because like I didn't really notice that. That's not really something I noticed.
Nah, I think I would notice that.
Really?
You guys barely had chances as well.
I mean,
especially
Ake missed a good chance in the first half before coming off injured. Haaland missed a good chance in the second half. Yeah, other than that, there were not many great chances.
Yeah.
Kovacic had one right by the post. But despite all that, I think there's something wrong with this game when Josko Gvardiol was man of the match. He was man of the match. It was one of his best performances in his City shirt. You know what I'm saying? This game had 8 center backs on the pitch.
It's criminal.
8 center backs. Not a single fullback on the pitch.
Genuinely criminal.
It's crazy to see how the game's changing. But Gvardiol, man of the match for me. I mean, he was colossal performance. Defensively, going forward on the ball. I mean, people need to...
Defensively, he barely had to put any defense.
Because he was going against Saka.
I mean, yeah. Fairs, but
but I say that because I rate Saka to an extent, but of course, I don't, these world-class shouts. If he's world-class, Gvardiol locked up a world-class winger easily. It didn't even let him get a sniff. So the colossal performance from him, you know what I'm saying, at left back as well, and easily worth the price tag. And I'm looking at, arguably, he's up there for signing of the season. Obviously, Declan Rice.
All right, now this is getting big. This is a bit. Chill out.
I'm not saying he is signing of the season, because there's been players who have had more impactful roles like Declan Rice, stuff like that. But in terms of like what he can become, 100% one of the signings of the season.
Nah, because first of all, this has been one game. All right,
it's not been one game.
It's been one game.
He's had a great first.
He's been
season
very
under
shocking.
Pep.
He's been very shocking.
Shocking?
in multiple games.
We're not doing
as well.
this. We're not going to troll.
And not only that,
we're not going to
it's
troll.
not like if Guardiola wasn't playing that game, Saka was going to do anything.
I mean,
put any other center back, left back.
I hear that.
Nothing's happening.
No, I hear that.
There's going to be no difference.
I hear that, but like, no. It's on the ball work though. It's on the ball. It wasn't just strapping up Saka because I understand Ake probably would have strapped up Saka as well. Lots of other fullbacks would have strapped up Saka as well. But when it comes to on the ball, he doesn't move like a normal center back. He doesn't move like a normal. He moves like he's a winger, bro. It's different. He has different.
I can't see
he
the
has
shout,
different
mate.
locomotion. He has different, traits. He's not normal, bro. And he's only 21, right? Oh, people are not deeping that,
bro.
People are not deeping that.
I think he's okay. Yeah, I'll give him his credit. He's good on the ball, but off the ball when he's defending, he's kind of Kyle Walker-ish. He's got the bozo gene a bit.
Okay, no, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He hasn't shown any type of bozo.
He does.
gene.
Yeah.
When? Give me an instance.
Champions League.
Champions League.
He gets skinned every single time. There's a 1v1.
Name me a moment. Name me a game.
I can't remember a specific game. I'll search it up. If you guys want me to, I'll search it up.
Nah, you're waffling.
I'm not waffling.
You're waffling.
I think you're just trying to be a bit biased here. But
not biased. I'm a very objective fan.
No, you're not.
I very much am.
Stop,
I very much am.
You're
And I'm just trying to, give Guardiola's credit. 21 years old, first season in the Premier League under Pep. A title deciding game like that. Colossal man of the match performance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm interested to see how he progresses under Pep because he's looking like he could 100% be the best center back in the world.
Listen, I do agree. Guardiola was very up there for a man of the match performances. But what does that say about Pep's Man City right now that a left center back playing left back is a man of the match performance? Not only that, it's looking shaky. You have to admit, right? It's looking a bit shaky for them. They still have Real Madrid in the Champions League coming up. They're still in the title race nonetheless. They're 3 points off
Treble
Liverpool.
is still on.
That's my question, though.
Yeah.
Does Pep have to make a sacrifice on a type of trophy in order to get one trophy secured?
I don't think he's... Okay, look.
Because not only that, you guys got injuries. Injuries.
Yeah.
There's no squad depth. KDB looking old. Haaland looking more human than robotic at this point.
Look, to answer your question, I don't think he's going to make sacrifices because we've seen in the past historical stats show that Pep doesn't do that type of, managing, that coaching. He does, he's not one to sacrifice one trophy for another. He goes game by game. He tries to win every single game, regardless of what competition he's playing in. And then at the end of the season, he looks, okay, this is what we got to show for it. If it's 0 trophies, he's like, all right. If it's all trophies, if it's a treble, if it's a domestic treble, he's like, bet. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. He goes game by game. He's not gonna, go into the Madrid ties week to focus on the Premier League. Of course, he's not gonna go into any Premier League game week to focus on the Champions League. It's not how Pep operates.
But he's never been put in this position before.
What, to win a treble? Yes, he has.
No. Title race being this late into the season where 2 other teams are in the title race alongside having to play a very good opponent in Real Madrid.
What about last year? I mean, it wasn't two teams in the title race.
It was way different last year.
It wasn't 3 teams in the title race, but it was still a title race. And
it was
Madrid,
it was a way
Bayern
different Man
Munich.
City. You guys had Gundogan still there.
Yeah, it's a
big loss. You're not replacing with Kovacic or Mateus Nunes. Who else left Man City recently?
Riyad
Mahrez, sure. Cole Palmer's not there anymore either.
Didn't play a feature.
He could have played a huge role this season though.
Possibly, but Pep couldn't guarantee that. Look, we have signings. We've made signings. We've made Doku, Mateus Nunes, Kovacic. Is it the
Not
same?
good enough?
Is it the same quality as Gundogan and Riyad Mahrez? No, obviously not. I've said it on this channel that we've regressed from last season. That's not a secret. Everyone knows that.
Okay, so why are we bringing back last season talking about? Oh, Pep did it last season. You guys regressed this season.
All I'm saying is that Pep, regardless of what he has, what he has at hand, he's gonna go game by game. That's just
it's different this season, though.
We know Pep though. He's so stubborn. He is stuck in his ways, and he's never going to change, regardless of what he has, bro. So that's
okay. All I'm saying is that he's regressed, and if he's gonna stay stubborn on his ways, it might cost him. It might cost him somewhere. That's why people take risks to go out for a specific trophy versus another one.
Look,
he could end up trophyless, bro.
Nah, if we have, we're in the FA Cup semifinal. If we leave the season with just an FA Cup,
that's that is a failure.
It will be.
That's a failure.
Is it a failure?
Yes.
Is it a failure?
After coming off a treble season, yes.
Yeah.
100%.
But why is that? Why is that a failure? You're coming off a treble season, lots of changes in the squad. You're still gonna win an FA Cup. I mean,
because you won 4 in a row. 3 in a row Premier League titles.
Exactly.
Bro.
You know how hard. No one's ever gone 4.
Doesn't
so now
matter.
So now we're expected
Victims
to go
of
4.
your own success. Yeah, things happen. That's the way it is.
I mean,
brother.
that's not how
you can cope this way, but I'm just saying that's a failure.
That's not how I view football. I
That's
don't
a
like.
failure,
I don't like
brother.
to judge off past success. I don't like to be critical off past success. I don't want the teams or players to be victims of their own success. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair in my opinion. Which is why look, I don't think that's going to happen. I do think Manchester City will come out with at least a Premier League or a Champions League. So, and one of those, it's a successful season again, back-to-back Champions Leagues or 4 in the row Premier League, perhaps both, maybe back-to-back trebles. It's still on the cards. You know what I'm saying?
It is on
and
the
we
cards.
know that with Pep City, anything can happen. But talking about Pep, obviously, no Manchester City fan wants to see Pep go. That there's no doubt about that. We would all like him to sign a lifetime contract.
Okay.
But that being said, I do want to kind of point something out. We talked about Gvardiol being man of the match, and there's something wrong with that, in my opinion. If you have Phil Foden, who's having a Player of the Year level season, he's having probably the season of his career, and for 60 minutes, he just didn't have enough of an impact on the game. Same with against Liverpool, not a huge impact at Anfield. And it's these big games we want to see a player like Phil Foden take it by the scruff of the neck. We've seen KDB do that, throughout his City career. And it's time for Phil to take on the torch. And we know he can do it. But I think that Pep, his style, the way, I don't know. It's something about Pep and his style that I feel like is holding Foden back slightly. And I think that Foden would strive very much under a different play style, a different manager, different tactics. And I think that if Pep were to go, look, no one wants to see that if you're a City fan. Nobody. Regardless, it doesn't matter. No one wants to see Pep leave. But if he does, I do think it would take Foden to the next level. I do think that. That's my theory anyway.
So,
That's my theory.
Yeah, you say different manager and all. What's going on with Foden in the English camp?
Come on, man.
No. Come on.
I'm not entertaining.
There's not entertaining.
I'm not entertaining anything that has to do with Southgate.
How?
I'm not entertaining
Why
anything
not?
that Southgate.
Why not? It's a different coach. Yet he's blanking.
Oh my days.
He's blanking
I'm
the
not
same way he's blanking at Man
I'm not
City. So
entertain-
where is it the player, giving some, fault to the player instead of the coach?
I'm not entertaining anything that has to do with Southgate because he was last club job was what? Middlesbrough? Relegation?
Got to the final of the Euros.
Relegation?
Finals of the Euros. What? Quarterfinals of the World Cup.
Relegation? Bro, the relegation manager managing England, one of the best international pools of talent in the world. Nah, man, I'm not entertaining that. I'm not saying that Foden needs, instead of Pep, he needs some dog shit manager. No, he still needs a good manager, of course.
Listen, all I'm saying is in the back end of the season, especially when it's title races or important trophies where it's not a guaranteed victory, the football kind of turns into a tournament style football play. And we all know World Cups is a tournament style play where certain players strive in tournament style playing versus regular League Cup. There's no regular leagues. There's no denying that. That's why we see like Eder Valencia and them Dons, just random heads, is like having insanely good games. Foden is just not a tournament style player.
How? He was massive in the Champions League run last year. Massive. He's always been massive in Champions League games.
What are you talking about?
Foden's always been.
But he apparently he improved from last season. So where's his performances now in big games?
I mean, it's just been okay. Relax. It's just been Anfield and today that he's really
the biggest games possible, and he's dropping stinkers. He's getting hooked 60 minutes in. PFA players are not getting hooked 60 minutes
Another thing
in.
I disagree with. I think Foden should have stayed on, and I think KDB should have came off. I think KDB should have came off.
We don't need to talk about old man KDB, bro. Like, we all know. Streets know. Donnie's knew that this 30-minute cameo in the beginning when he came back from injury, it's a fluke, bro. It's a fluke. We're talking about Phil Foden here. We're talking about Manchester City hyping this Phil Foden player, the star boy, as you guys say.
No, we don't call him that.
No, you guys call him star boy. Very much deriding Phil Foden to drop 0 out, like mid performances back to back.
It does. Look, at the end of the day, I understand he didn't make a huge impact today, but one game doesn't change the fact that over 25 plus games this season, he's been our best player.
Again, that's why I'm talking about tournament style players. Back end of the season is tournament style, bro. We're not talking about Luton Town where he can.
What do you mean? Tournament style is knockout games, Champions League, international tournaments.
But I'm saying back end of the season with a title race is tournament style.
Yeah, you want to know back end of the season title race on the line? Phil Foden, boom, header against Spurs, 1-0 win, 18-19. Come on, man. We're
talking about this season. Have a day off, mate. You're talking about PFA Player of the Year, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Your best player has been Rodri this season. There's no denying that.
Yeah, 100%. And I do think, you know what I'm saying, if Phil doesn't step up enough over the next couple months and we win the title, 100% should go to Rodri. 100%. He's been unreal. He's been faultless. It's been an unreal last 24 months for Rodri. Just unbelievable. Honestly, if it wasn't a DM, if we weren't living in this age of stats and PR, Rodri should be 100% the front runner for Ballon d'Or. But that's another conversation for a different day.
Definitely another conversation.
I do want to talk about the possibility of seeing this matchup in the Champions League semifinal. We do not want. We don't want to see that, bro.
Won't happen.
We don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to see Arsenal sit 11 men behind the ball in the Champions League semifinal. No one wants to see that.
No.
I hope Bayern win. I do, think they will go through. We both do. We predicted that in our last video. Go check that out. And you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's curious because Arsenal and Man City are kind of in the same boat where they have Champions League to play for, they have the title race to play for, but yet I feel like Man City still has the pressure. Like, for whatever reason, I think Arteta doesn't need to sacrifice a trophy like the Champions League or the League like I think Pep has to do, just because there's something about like Man City being there versus Arsenal kind of having that. It is what it is.
I agree.
There's no like pressure on them to do anything.
Yeah, all the pressure is on City because of what is expected of City to win every trophy possible. Whereas Arsenal, it's like, okay, if they don't win anything this year, it's like, all right, fair play, you did well again. Like, there's different. It's just different recent success, different levels of expectations, and every season that Arsenal does better and better, obviously the expectations are going to go up. But right now,
they have to win a trophy for that to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And right now, all the pressure is on City, 100%.
We saw it with Arteta's his post match.
Dude was smiling ear to ear.
He was happy that they drew points, bro.
It's embarrassing.
Pep
bro.
wasn't so happy. He said, I think Arteta said that it was a step in the right direction. We're making improvements. So
exactly, bro.
You can even see like Arteta's not really serious about trophies. He's talking about improvement.
I mean, he is serious about trophies.
I don't think he is.
If he wasn't serious about trophies, he wouldn't have gone to the Etihad and put 11 players behind the ball.
No, because
he would have went out there and tried to get.
I don't
try
think
to play
so.
entertaining.
No. I don't think so. I think he's trying to make a point that these players can play any type of style that he wants. I think that was the point. I think if he really wanted to go for it, he would have played a style of attacking all the way. And we saw what happened last time when KDB smoked them, when they try to press them, high press. Like, Arteta wants to show the world that he learned from that last game. So I think that's 3 points out of possible... 4 points out of possible 6 for Man City versus Arsenal in the league. But we have to talk about Liverpool won. Does this game change the title race in your mind?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think Manchester City deserved this league title. You know what I'm saying? This was a must-win game. City have only beat one of the big six this season. That's Manchester United, who hardly even count. No wins against Chelsea.
Don't put yourselves as the underdogs here.
Hold on.
Don't do that.
No wins against Chelsea. No wins against Arsenal. No wins against Liverpool. Still have Spurs to play, but we didn't, beat them in the first leg. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we deserve to win this league title. Do I think that we are still the best team in the world? Best team in the league? Yeah. But that doesn't mean we deserve to win this title because you have to beat the best teams. You have to beat the teams that you're challenging against to deserve to win the league. That's what we've done over the last, 6 years under Pep. We've always beat the best teams. And this year we haven't been doing it. So, if Liverpool do end up winning this league, even Arsenal, God forbid, I wouldn't be able to have much to say because, if you don't beat those teams, there's not much you can do. Like, you got to beat those teams if you want to be the best, be the deserving league champions.
Yeah, I mean, fair play. I think I'm curious if Arsenal is in a better spot now moving forward in the title race than Man City, though.
Oh yeah. They are.
They are?
They are
You
100%. I
think
mean,
so?
how are they not? You know, they've got the best goal differential in the league. They're ahead of City in the table. You know what I'm saying? If they somehow, if they win one extra more game than Liverpool do, that guarantees them pretty much the title. So yeah, I mean, City are in the worst position, obviously in the league based off the league title, but fixture wise, I do think that it's quite even, to be honest. It is
even.
pretty even. Like Liverpool obviously have to go to Old Trafford, Goodison Park, Derby for them. They have Spurs as well. So 3 pretty hard fixtures. Arsenal have got Spurs as well.
Yeah.
They've got Villa.
They got Villa.
They got Brighton at away, somewhat of a difficult fixture. Oh, they've got Chelsea as well. They've got Chelsea at home, second to last game of the season. So, and then City have got Villa as well, Brighton away as well, Spurs as well. So it's all pretty even. Like it's really gonna go down to probably just injuries and who's wants it more.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like I said, I predicted Liverpool to win it. It's a fairy tale ending. It's looking like it.
Oh man, if Klopp goes out with the league title, that would vex me.
It's gonna happen, because I'm hearing conversations that it's like they're in the Europa League, obviously, but they can obviously like not try in the Europa League because it's Europa League.
Yeah, I mean,
because like if you think about if you're weighing Europa League versus the Premier League, like Premier League's way higher. But if you're doing Champions League, Premier League, it's kind of even. Maybe Champions League a little bit higher.
Champions League a little bit higher, but like in terms of the Europa League, they will. It does logically it makes sense to sacrifice the Europa League squad a little bit to favor the Premier League. But like at the end of the day, if Liverpool do not win, this is Klopp's last season. Remember, if Liverpool do not win this Premier League, like they would want to win something for Klopp at the end of the season. Obviously, they've already won the League Cup, but like they want something major, slightly bigger than the League Cup to sign Klopp off. At the end of the season, and Europa League could be that trophy. So they can't really sacrifice the Europa League, in my opinion. They do definitely want another trophy before Klopp leaves.
Yeah, no, I think a trophy is definitely. Well, they want a trophy.
I mean,
already.
yeah, they League Cup, but like, that's in February. They want to sign him off with something in May at the end of the season.
Yeah, I hear you.
So,
they haven't even celebrated because I think they won the league during COVID time, and they weren't able to have a parade.
Never had a parade.
Fairs, yeah,
crazy.
Fairs, but yeah, I mean that's gonna do it. I don't have anything else to say about this.
Those were pretty much the talking points. You know what I'm saying? Goalless,
very
draw,
stinky.
I think that's down to Mikel Arteta and his terrorist antics. But at the end of the day, that's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Still lots.
Where'd
of football.
he learn those terrorist antics from, mate?
No, I don't know.
From Pep.
Can't be Pep.
The bald man
Can't
himself.
Be Pep.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Still lots of football to talk about for the rest of the season. We're gonna be here. Make sure you sub up for all of it. Get in the comments. Hit the like button too. And we'll catch y'all next time, man.
Peace.